Okay. So we're gonna start as usual, laying down on the mat. So knees bent if you have any tension on the lumbar spine. Otherwise, legs straight and rolled outward. Roll the arms outward to keep the shoulder blades flat onto the ground. Slide the shoulder blades toward the waist and pull the back of the head away from the shoulders. Close your eyes. And allow your body to soften. Relax your forehead, your eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes and let them sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face. Unclench your jaw and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders. Arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back and your spine, vertebra to vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Relax your hips, your groins. Relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention into your breathing cycle and start observing every aspect of your breath. Which part of your body moves the most, chest or belly? And if both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation, the small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And there too, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remains relaxed and open even during the pauses. 3 more observing breaths. At the end of the 3rd, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your body expanding with every inhalation. Observe your body becoming more compact with every exhalation. Long, slow, steady breath. Keep your breath controlled, but easy. And observe the muscles of your ribcage activating toward the end of the inhalation in order to expand the chest. Observe the ribs moving closer together with every exhalation. Allow your body to move freely. Allow your belly to move. And when the belly expands, observe the diaphragm moving down toward the hips. And when you exhale, observe the diaphragm pushing up into the rib cage. Become aware of all those movements. But keep your breath soft and easy. From your next breath, focus on your belly and create an abdominal breath where only the belly moves, not the chest. If you want to, you can put one hand on the belly and one just on the side of the chest, or even both hands on the sides of the chest to better control this breath. Allow the belly to move freely, but keep the chest still. Even if it means that your breath won't be as deep as before. Focus on the movement of the belly. And observe how the diaphragm moves accordingly. Allow your belly to expand more and more. Even if you could sense a bit of tension around the diaphragm, especially toward the end of the inhalation. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, keep the same technique, but at the end of the inhalation, hold your breath. And while holding the breath, really gently push the belly out. So use the abdominal muscles to push your navel and belly out. And observe how the tension changes on your diaphragm. So inhale on your belly, hold the breath, push your belly out, observe the diaphragm and release. Inhale on the belly, hold your breath, push your belly out, observe and release. Keep this technique for a few more breaths. Now, inhale, still on the belly. Exhale completely, using even your abdominal muscles to push the air out, and hold the breath just for a few seconds. Release. Inhale on the belly, allow the belly to expand. Exhale completely, pushing the air out, activating your abdominal muscles, and hold your breath. Inhale. Exhale completely. Hold the breath. And while holding the breath now, release the abdominal muscles. Release your belly. And observe how your body change, how the diaphragm move, how the tension may change. Inhale. Exhale completely. Hold your breath. Relax your belly. And keep this technique, observing every part of your body. Observe also that when you release the belly at the end of the exhalation, while holding the breath, you may feel some sort of tension at the base of the throat. Base of the throat is connected to the diaphragm. So focus on that. Focus on the movement of the diaphragm and the base of the throat. On inhaling, exhaling, holding the breath and releasing the belly. The more you empty your lungs, the easier will be to feel the small movement of the diaphragm and this sort of tension at the base of the throat. One more time. Exhale completely. At the end of the exhalation, hold your breath and release the muscles of your belly. Okay. Now go back to a normal breath just for a few seconds. And now create a breath starting on the belly and expanding also the chest. So inhale, expand your belly, expand your chest. Hold your breath. Exhale completely. Even using the abdominal muscles to squeeze the lungs. Hold your breath and relax your belly. Inhale deeply. Still belly, chest. Exhale completely. Do it quite intensively, quite fast. Hold your breath. Relax your belly and observe. One more time. At the end of this breath, go back to a normal breath for a few seconds. Now inhale. Exhale completely. Same thing that we did before. Hold the breath. Relax your belly. And now set the diaphragm up. Lift the diaphragm. Imagine that you want to inhale, but without opening your throat. So you're moving the diaphragm up, kind of creating a sort of vacuum inside your body. Inhale deeply. Do it at your own pace. Inhale completely. Exhale completely. You can even exhale from your mouth. Hold your breath, relax your belly, and suck the diaphragm up. Inhale deeply. Exhale fully. At the end of the exhalation, hold your breath and suck the diaphragm up. Keep on this movement, keep on this technique, and observe how the belly retracts and how the lower part of your rib cage become more exposed. Do it at your own pace. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. At the end of the exhalation, hold your breath, relax the belly, and bring the diaphragm up. While keeping this technique, when you hold the breath and bring the diaphragm up, creating a sort of vacuum inside your body, you can even slide your hands under your rib cage to release some tension directly from the diaphragm. If you feel some tension on the lumbar spine, you can bend your knees. It will be even easier to exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. At the end of the exhalation, hold your breath and suck the diaphragm up. Inhale. Exhale completely. Hold your breath. Relax your belly and suck the diaphragm up. If you want to, you can slide the fingers under your rib cage in order to release some tension directly from the diaphragm. One more time. And go back to a normal breath. Observe again all the aspects of your breath. And now, start a Viloma 2 technique. Viloma 1, sorry, technique. Is the technique where you add some pauses during the inhalation. So inhale, pause, keep on inhaling, pause, keep on inhaling, pause, keep on inhaling, pause, till you reach a full inhalation. There, hold the breath for a few seconds. And then release. And again, inhale, pose, inhale, pose, inhale, pose, inhale, pose, till you reach a full inhalation. At the end of the inhalation, hold your breath. And release. And now, inhale, pose, inhale, pose, inhale, pose till you reach full inhalation. At the end of the inhalation, hold your breath. And just before the exhalation, inhale one more time. Inhale, pose, inhale, pose. Try and relax your body in every small pose, even if it's just for 1 second. Relax your body. At the end of the inhalation, with your full lungs, hold your breath for a few seconds. And just before the exhalation, inhale one more time. One more. Inhale, pause and relax. Inhale, pause and relax. Inhale, pause and relax. Inhale, pause and relax. Till you reach a full inhalation. With full lungs, hold your breath for a few seconds. And just before the exhalation, inhale one more time. Go back to a normal breath. Stay there. Allow your body to soften again. Observe your breath becoming lighter and lighter, more and more subtle. Observe your body moving just a tiny bit now. Observe that the quantity of air that you need to live is not a lot. Enjoy this soft. Enjoy this. Relax. Allow your body to soften and relax. Very gently, bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up. Good morning. Okay, now just sit in a cross-legged position. If you want to, you can also sit over the bolster or over a block. Put your hands right in front of the knees. Lift the sternum and move the shoulder blades down and back. And inhale deeply on your chest, expanding the chest, using the breath to expand your chest. Keeping the shoulders down and back. So actually, you're arching the spine while breathing deeply on your chest. Okay, that's good. And relax. Create small circles with your head. Put on one side. And on the other side. Now, still keeping the hands right in front of your knees. Twist to the left, using also the hands to help you push with the right hand against the right knee to twist. And then twist on the other side. So now pushing with the left hand against the knee. And again, to the left and to the right. To the left, use the hands, push with the hands to help you deepen the stretch. Okay, good. Now create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. And now, move the legs. Okay. Now, seat on the back of the mat. Knees as wide as the mat. Tilt your hip forward. Put your hands down on the ground. Walk forward with your hands, but keep the shoulders away from the ears. So walk forward, but push the arms back into the shoulder socket. And really slowly, good, all the way down. Keep the arms active, keep the hands active. Keep on pushing the sternum forward and the shoulders and shoulder blades back. Stay there, 3 breaths. Head down on the ground. At the end of the 3rd breath, still keep in this position, just lift your head and look at your hands. 3 breaths. And move in tabletop position. Okay, now from tabletop position, walk back with your knees to create a sort of mini plank. So plank on the knees, belly in, push with the hands against the ground, look forward, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, still keeping the body straight for the plank, move onto your elbows. Still plank, 3 breaths, plank on the knees. At the end of the 3rd breath, put your hands down and enter again the mini plank. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, again on the elbows, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, still keeping the elbows down, you can interlace your hands, still keeping the abdomen activated, lower your hips and push the sternum forward. Keep the shoulders back. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, still keeping the abdominal muscles active. Push with the elbows against the ground and go back in plank. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, still keeping the abdominal muscles active, lower your hips Push the chest forward and shoulders back. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, push again with the elbows against the ground. Plank or mini plank. Now put your hands down. Plank, still on the knees. And now, child pose, 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, tabletop position again. In case you feel the wrist, well, not super willing to stay in this position, you can always put your hands in fists. Now, stretching your right leg, but keep the feet down, in contact with the ground. Right feet in contact with the ground. Okay. Now, keeping the hips as much as you can squared, so parallel to the ground. Lift your feet and lower it again. Lift and lower. 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 Okay, change. Lean on the right leg, straighten your left leg. Keep your toes touching the ground. Hips squared. And start lifting and lowering your feet. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. One more. One more. Okay. Now straighten again your right leg. Lift your leg. Now move the right feet to the left and down to the ground. Okay. Lift it up as much as you can and open, touch the ground on your right. Okay. Then create an arch and to the left again. And to the right again. To the left. To the right. To the left. To the right. And one more time. To the left. And to the right. Change side. So lean on the right leg. Straighten your left leg. Lift it up and move it down to the right. Okay. Now lift it up and move it to the side on your left side. And to the right again. To the left. To the right. To the left. To the right. And one more time. To the left. To the right. Okay. Tabletop position. Create circles with hips and lumbar spine. Good. So we're waking up our body. Take one block. Well, actually, no, take 2 blocks. We're gonna start quite easy. First block in the first position, in the lower position, toward the end, toward the back of the mat. Second block, still in first position, but crossed. Not too far from the first block. Sit over the second block with your sacrum And then move your block to have the upper edge toward the upper side of your shoulder blades. Interlace the hands behind your occiput and lower your head and hand down to the ground. So you're gonna feel, well, your block is a little bit too high, is a little bit too toward the neck. So a little bit lower. So the neck has to be completely free. So allow the head to go down. If it's doable, push the back of the head away from the shoulders and try and release the hands to have the occiput straight down to the ground. Keep on pushing the back of the head away from the shoulders. And breathe deeply on your chest. 3 breaths. Expand the chest. At the end of the 3rd breath, interlace the hands behind your occiput. Bring the 2 elbows close to each other. Activate your abdominal muscles. Lift your head, lift your shoulders, put your elbows down and push. Come back up. Okay, now step forward. In case you may need a folded blanket, not sure, but in case, just keep a folded blanket not too far from you. We're gonna move the block on the 2nd position, both ones. So you may need a folded blanket for your head. The idea is to keep the neck long. So if you feel the neck is, feeling that are not really welcome on your neck, don't hesitate to put a folded blanket just under your occiput. So, put your sacrum over the block. So now the block is smaller. Tilt your hip backward in order to have it flat onto the block. Then on your elbows, you can adjust the position of the block. The block will support just the spine, but even there, the neck is completely free. So keep the upper edge of the block actually a little bit lower compared to the high part of your shoulder blades. Around the middle, upper middle part of your shoulder blades. Interlace the hands behind your head and allow the head and hand to go down to the ground. So you're gonna feel the edge of the block pushing against your spine. It's completely normal. If you want to feel it a little bit less, activate your abdominal muscles. While activating the abdominal muscles, you're pushing the spine toward the block. So you're going to feel a little bit less the pressure just on the edge. You're going to feel the pressure on the whole spine, actually. If the neck is not free, you can put a folded blanket under the occiput to keep the cervical spine long. If it's doable, you can put your arms in a cactus pose. 3 breaths. Breathe in deeply on your chest. Now, interlace the hands behind your occiput. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Put your elbows down, push, and come back up. Okay. Move the blocks to the front of the mat. In the third position, so in the higher one, sit on your heels with your knees wide. Tilt your hip forward. And put your forearm over the block. From this position, imagine that you want to push the armpit down. It's the armpit that have to move down. Imagine that. Just visualize that. And allow the head to move down equally. Keep the arms active till the very tip of your fingers. Push your armpit down. Stay there. Breathe slowly. Push with the forearm against the blocks to lift your head and shoulders. Okay. Put your hands down. Move the blocks away. Now, tabletop position. Inhale. With the exhalation, tilt your head backward. Push with the hands against the ground, around your spine, and look at your belly. Inhale. Tilt your hip forward. Allow the spine to drop. Arch your spine. Slide the shoulder blades over the waist. And look forward. Exhale. Stretch your back. Inhale. Stretch from the belly to the chin. Exhale. Look at your belly. Inhale. Look forward. Okay, now lift your body up. Well, actually, no. Move the right feet forward. In case you feel, well, since we're going to work on different areas now, just to create a more comfortable position, you can put a folded blanket under the knees, just to release some tension, some pressure over the knees. Because, yeah, I know that yoga is often torturous, but when it's not needed, we can just, yeah, create something to ease that moment. So, right leg forward. Keep the leg straight. Keep the right leg straight. Keep the hip right over the left knee. Put your hands on the waist. Push the toes, the right toes down to the ground. Tilt your hip forward. Lift the sternum up. Tilt your hip forward. I want you to feel the stretch on the back of the leg. You won't need to go really low. to fill it. Just keep it there. Find the position where you can feel that your body is working, but your breath is relaxed, and stay there. Come back up. Bend your right knee and push the hip down. Keep the right knee right above the hip, right above the heel, or a little bit back in order not to stress your ligaments. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, belly in. The more you put your belly in, the more you're going to feel the stretch on your groin, on your psoas. Straighten your right leg again. Put your toes down, tilt your hip forward. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. Activate your quadriceps to give a bit of stability. Come back up. Again, bend your right leg. Now, put your hands down. If the ground is a little bit too far away, you can also put your blocks next to the feet. Now, I want you to slide a little bit back with your left leg. And start walking forward with your right one. Keep the hips squared. Go to your maximum with your hips squared, but still keeping the toes down to the ground. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lift your toes and straighten a little bit more your leg. Keep the hips squared. Don't allow the hip to move and to open. It's easier, but it's not the way I want it. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, walk back with your right feet. Yes, exactly. Lift your toes and change leg. So straighten your left leg. Keep the hips squared. Hands on the waist. Lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. Tilt your hip forward. And start stretching the hamstring. Stay there. Keep your toes down. Sternum lifted. Shoulder blades down. Bend your left leg. Put your hips down. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, belly in. Keep the hips squared. Even there, that is, every time we have one side of your body, well, actually of your leg in this case, forward, the same side of the hip will move forward naturally. The body will always find the easiest way to reach the goal. The problem is that in yoga, often the easy way is not the right way. So keep the hips squared. So you can imagine to roll the right leg inward and push from the outer side of the knee, of the left knee, to the outer side of the left hip. That way, you're gonna adjust again and align again your hip. Okay, now straighten your leg again. Still keeping the hips squared. Hands on the waist. Tilt your hip forward. Activate your quadricep. Whoop. 3 breaths. Look forward. At the end of the third, bend your left leg again, but put your hands down on the ground. Now, same thing. The hips have to be as much as you can squared. Now it's going to be harder to keep it squared, but the idea is not to do the split, opening the hips, but to work toward the split, but with the hips squared. So, from this position, slide a little bit back with your right feet and start walking forward with your left one. Go to your maximum, still keeping the toes down to the ground. Sternum lifted. When you reach your maximum, 3 breaths. And at the end of the third breath, allow the toes to lift and straighten a little bit more your left leg. 3 breaths. Keep your hips squared. At the end of the third, walk back with your left feet. And enter a tabletop position. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Both on one side. And on the other side. Now, from the tabletop position, widen your knees, widen your feet, walk gently back with your knees, tuck your toes under, roll the arms outwards, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, push with the hands against the ground to lift your buttocks in Adho Mukha Svanasana. Push the chest down toward the toes. Relax completely your head. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, stay in this position just for one more moment and just look straight under your head. And now, bend your knees, still looking at this point that you had under your head. The idea is to put even 2 blocks in this particular, come down, tabletop, right under your head, just to give support once that you enter the Adho Mukha Svanasana. Support to the head. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and then we're going to do it together. So we did this, and then look down. Keeping this point that I just had under the head, I'm going to take the blocks, or you can also use the bolster, 1 or 2, and also the height can be different. There's something that you have to work yourself. From this position, you enter Adho Mukha Svanasana, and then you keep your head in contact with the blocks. If it's too much, then you can adjust and make it lower. If this one is a little bit too low, you can put it in the second position. So you can play with the blocks. The idea is to have a bit of support, just a bit of support. Push the chest toward the toes in order to lower your head. It's just a small touch of the head over the blocks. Stay there for 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back down. You can use this particular version in order to deepen the opening of the chest and to deepen the movement of the chest over the toes. Because the more, I'm going to show you why we're going to do this. So if I don't push the chest toward the toes and something like that, I won't touch. While if I start pushing, I touch. I touch. I touch. So the idea is really to create a sort of goal to reach in order to push a little bit more of the chest over the toes. So we're going to do it one more time. Find your version and find a compromise. So you know the aim, but find the position where it is still quite comfortable, where your breath can be relaxed. Okay, 1, 2. Enter your version of the supported Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stay there for 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, come back down, move the blocks away. Good. And lift your body up. Okay, tabletop position. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Lean on the left leg and open the right leg to the side. Keep it straight. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, change side. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, change side again, but lower a little bit more. A little bit more. More. Your chest, lower your chest a little bit more. Lift your leg a little bit more. Okay. 3 breaths. And come back. On the other side, so lean on the right leg, lift the left leg, lower your chest a little bit more. 3 breaths. Drishti is really important. Come back. Okay, now lean on the left leg again. Straighten your right leg to the side. Now I wanted to create some arch from the right leg to the left. Watch. Open, down, down. One more time. Okay. Lean on the right leg, straighten your left leg, and create arches. Whoop. And one more. Whoop. Good. Keep your legs a little bit wide than your hips. Bend your knees and create circles with your hips and lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. Okay, now bend your knees, put your hands quite close to the hips and start pushing with the hands against the leg to straighten your spine. 3 breaths. And release. Okay. Now, do you have, can you use a wall? I'm gonna show you what, because I want you to do the Viparita Karani. So the idea is to have the buttocks really close to the wall. Leg straight. Well, actually, you don't need a full wall because you can do it also. Well, yes, perfect. The only difference that I want you to do from the normal Viparita Karani is that I want you to push with the hands against the groin, just to push the leg toward the waist, toward the wall. And at the same time, I want you to push the back of the head away from the wall. And then release and relax. And with Viparita Karani, you can put your hands over the belly, or you can put your arms in cactus pose, whichever is feel better for you today. Allow your body to soften. And observe the tensions from your legs getting released. Allow the back to soften and relax. Last moments. And there you can decide. You can either stay in this position or enter your normal Shavasana. Take everything you need to be comfortable. And just for the first moments, observe the passing of the air through the nostrils. Observe the air entering your body through the nostrils and going out a little bit warmer. Yeah, enters your body. Recharge your body. And get out. Bringing out all your tensions. Yeah, enters your body through the nostrils and go out a little bit warmer. With every inhalation, your body recharges. With every exhalation, your body relaxes. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva Tvameva bandhu cha saka tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva Tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Slowly, sun moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. And your knees roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up comfortably for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Relax your face, your jaw, throat, neck, shoulders. Relax your arms. Put your hands in Ananda Mudra or Chin Mudra. Thumb and index finger together, palm of the hand either facing the sky or the ground. Relax your belly. Inhale deeply. Relax your face again, your shoulders again. Relax your belly again. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes. Namaste.